Hey guys, and welcome to a new episode of What Wea Podcast. I am right here with my friend Chris Fetterman. How are you doing today, Chris?
Doing pretty good, Caesar.
Doing pretty good, my man. And today we also have a special guest with us.
Who's that?
I don't know. Maybe he can introduce himself. What do you think?
What's up, everyone? I'm Lester Ransom, and I'm here chilling on the podcast, man, with the homies.
With the homies. How you doing, Lester? Thanks for being with us today.
Good, man. Thanks for inviting your boy.
Yeah, no problem, man. That's what I do. So, just to put people in context, if nobody has ever heard the fuck about you, how would you summarize yourself?
Man, I'm one of the few African Americans living in Chile.
Okay.
Right off the bat.
From California, USA, and I've been here for 10 years, and I've been acting on TV, movies, and theater and stand-up for the past 10 years. So
where could we have seen you? Like maybe somebody's like,
Compañía,
Compañía.
Club de la Comedia, those were the two biggest things.
Really?
And
I've seen you in a few sketches of Club de la Comedia. When you're like the nanny.
That was like my first big shot as a, like, not big shot, but big role with lines and shit like that.
Yeah.
So that was like the first time they was like, all right, Lester, we're going to give you these lines and see how you could do. And I did good. They just kept giving me lines for that until Club de la Comedia got canceled.
Really?
Yeah.
And what do you do in Morandé? Sorry.
I started off in modern day just modeling, man. Just make me take my shirt off, stupid stuff. And then once they found out I spoke some Spanish, they started giving me lines, man. And then the biggest one I ever had was the MCC News, La Noticia.
Okay.
With Rodrigo Villegas, and where I spoke perfect English and he spoke crappy English, you know, like Chileans who don't speak English would talk, I guess. And Chileans loved it. Like, really? We broke ratings on the show, everything, man.
Yeah,
like, we had the hottest skit on Modern Day for like 2 years, and then Villegas left the show. And that was the end of MCC News.
MCC News.
Yeah.
You were going to ask him something. Sorry that I fucking interrupted you as usual.
Son of a bitch.
As usual.
I was going to ask him we cuss. I caught myself earlier. I was like...
Yeah, no, you can cuss all you want, but
all right, cool.
This is supposed to be colloquial.
Right. This is not Mega or whatever.
Yeah, Modern Day's Mega.
Yeah.
Club de la Comedia was Chilevisión.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not on TV here, man, so just feel free. You can say whatever you want.
All right, cool.
I was going to say, the first time I saw you on television, my first year in Chile, when I was in Los Andes.
Yeah.
And I was watching TV, and it was like a commercial in between. And I didn't know it was you at the time, but it's just like, you're like dressed in a football
uniform, the queso
like,
commercial.
Es un touchdown de sabor.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? I never saw
I did
that
a Chilean commercial for a queso company, Queso Calo.
Okay.
And they put me in like a Patriots uniform. Fucking hate the Patriots. And they was like, I had like all my lines in Spanish, and then I had to do like 34, 31, what up, football, hut, hut. And then I had like all these lines in Spanish. And my catchphrase was, es un touchdown de sabor.
Why did they do it like with North American football though?
Well, they wanted the football vibe, like the American, queso American, like when most people say Americano, they always reference North American, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They even had a Chilena play a cheerleader, and she had another commercial where she did it in Spanish as a cheerleader, but they wanted me because I was actually gringo and a football player, so I actually did it, and then I just had my lines and ended up doing that commercial and freaking went on TV a couple times to do it in live and shit like that. Shit was kind of cool.
Cool.
You know? Yeah, it's fun.
Do they pay well, those
Yeah,
kids?
they pay cool, and if they keep going, national things in Chile don't pay as well as international does. So like majority of stuff I get is internationally, like North American, Europe, and Latin America too. And that's where the big bucks are. That's where you get paid.
Yeah?
You get like 1-2 days and you can make like anywhere from like 2 to 4 million. You know what I mean?
Really? Cuatro palos.
Yeah,
But here in Chile? Or
you make it in Chile. No, you do it here. They film it here.
Yeah.
And they do that because they could pay cheaper. You know, they would have to pay more in the States if they did it in the States.
Yeah, because shooting in the States is really expensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they do it here, and then it's cool money to live in Chile. Like, I'm not mad. If they keep going, like after 6 months or a year after the contract, I get another big check. So
Cool.
like I've done
That's ridiculous,
over 30 commercials, probably about 25 of them worldwide. So at least once or twice a year, I get a call from my agent. She's like, they're renewing your commercial, and it's just like a Christmas gift. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
So I'm like, cool, that's what's up, man. As long as they keep running shit, I keep getting paid.
Nice. Because you know what? I remember once I was walking around here in my neighborhood, and I saw they had closed down the streets, and they were fucking around with the fire hydrants, and people were dancing, and
I was in that commercial.
Crazy. No, you weren't.
Yeah, I know
you
exactly
really?
what you're talking about. It's for Lipton iced tea.
Yeah, no
It was
shit.
like 8 years ago.
Fuck yeah.
It was like
a
my
long
second
time ago.
commercial I ever did. I was only an extra, so I wasn't featured in that, but it was still good money.
Oh, fuck
like,
you,
we
man.
just got to frolic around, play around in the damn
Yeah,
street
like
with water and
with
shit.
water, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a bunch of
So-
dancers and everything. It was fun. It was
I
like
remember
a
that I
party.
saw it and I thought, wow, this must be a movie, right? So
Nah,
I asked,
it was a commercial.
Yeah, I asked like one of the guys that had the street shut down, and I was like, so what kind of movie is this? He's like, no, this isn't a movie, it's a commercial, and it's for a company from I don't know, but he told me like
It
not
was
Chile.
Lipton iced tea.
Yeah, and I was like, and they're shooting it here? I'm like, yeah, why the fuck would they shoot it here? I thought, back then I didn't know how this shit works, because shooting in the States is fucking expensive.
Yep, and they know they could pay here, and like even as far as me, because they know I'm gringo, they make me sign the contract saying I can't go back to the States and ask for more money. But it's also fucked up because
What do you mean, what?
Like ask for more money. I can't go back home and be like, oh, y'all need to pay me more. You know what I mean? Because I'm back home in California.
All right, okay.
But here's where they also screw the Chileans and Latinos out. I have family in the States, so if they choose to play the commercial and not tell you Chileans or Latinos that don't live in the States or North America or Europe, they get away with that because they have no one to tell them that they're still running the commercial.
Yeah.
I've had a couple family members and friends like, Lester, I just saw you on a commercial, and they'll send me a picture. I'm like, what the fuck? I did that 4 years ago.
Sue them.
Yeah.
Sue them.
I'm like, I did that 4 years ago. I ain't got a check. And then I actually had one where I got back checks for a shit ton. I hit my agent. I was like, this is still running. And we did this 5 years ago. They haven't given us a check at all. So I ended up getting back paid for like 4 or 5 years. And that's when they realized that's another reason they do it. I don't know if they do it on purpose.
Yeah.
But if you're a Chilean and you don't have any family or friends in the States or Canada or wherever, North America or Europe, how are you going to know if it's running there or not?
Yeah, you got to have
You
some
have no
snitch.
clue. Yeah. But I have family all over the United States. So if you run my stuff and my friend or family see it, normally they'll screenshot it and send it to me.
They'll catch it.
And I'll hit my agent like, let's go get this money, man. Y'all ain't doing me dirty.
Yeah. Fucking sneaky.
Yeah, man.
That's some sneaky shit from their part.
Sneaky producers running the fucking advertisement. And they're listening to What Way, a podcast. Know that Lester Ransom will come for your children.
Yes.
He's coming for his money and your children. That's crazy, man. I remember that years ago I wanted to be like in commercials. Nobody ever called me, ever.
You should actually go, man. There's all different types of stuff, man. Like, honestly, they want everybody. You know what I mean? It's not always one look.
Even Cesar.
Even
They want,
people
I'm just
like
saying,
me.
they want everybody. It's not a certain look. People be like, you have to be a model to be in these commercials. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Because
well-
most of the time, they don't. Sometimes the main roles, they want those drop dead gorgeous people.
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes where they just want what the average person looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it depends what they're shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I went to ones. I remember there was a time, it was before YouTube even. I was like, I had a friend of mine that worked in commercials like constantly. And he would always tell me like, yeah, man, you make like enough okay money, you know? And sometimes they just want like random ass people.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So they had one for a soda company, and they wanted, it was about the 18th. So they wanted like El Chileno, like El Asado. I was like, yeah, fuck, that's me, Nope,
Yeah.
never heard from him.
Yeah.
Still waiting.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll call me tomorrow.
It's out here to miss too,
We just
man.
saw your tape. Be like,
Maybe, has your profile changed over the past 12 years?
do you look any different now, buddy? Yeah, I got less hair now. So, what you all think about the? If people don't know, they're listening to this podcast right now. We did a video last week. It was last week, was it?
It came
Yeah.
out last
Wednesday.
Friday. Last Friday.
Last
Yeah, but
Wednesday.
we
filmed
we
it on
filmed it
Wednesday.
on Wednesday, Thursday. I don't remember.
Yeah, about the fucking Chilean empanadas, and it went pretty well.
Yeah.
It went pretty well.
Yeah.
It's
That's a
a
good one.
weird combination that we found there. It's
Yeah.
like really unlikely, I find.
Oh, and putting
like-
those styles together in a video?
Yeah,
Where
like
it's-
us three are like really different, I guess, except
Yeah.
for the language. But I think the three of us are like really, really different.
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's why we need to do more videos, man. Like
Yeah.
us three together, we could get some comedy gold out of us three.
Yeah.
Really could get some comedy gold
We
out of
should
us
totally
three.
try out.
If you have an idea for the next video,
Yeah, we
Please
should.
send
We
it.
should tell
Phone
them
it
like,
in.
what would you like us three to? What would you like us three to do? You know, a
Yeah.
video about or something like that. You
that
know,
it's not us making out or shit like that.
Yeah, nothing like that.
It's some weird
Yeah.
fucking shit.
I still think we need to do like have like videos. We need to do something with us three, like the cultural differences between the states and Chile too.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Good.
you talking about the Chile ways, and us talking about the USA ways and what we've experienced.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's basically like what this podcast is. Not only that
Yeah.
we have a guest that can also further his insights into, because it's got to be
Yeah.
different for you too, right?
Yeah.
you're
Definitely.
a black
man.
I can say that. I can say black.
Black is fine. Yeah,
All
I don't
right,
mind it. I don't mind when people be like black or chocolate. I don't mind those. It's when they throw out.
That one's out of nowhere.
Yeah,
else is chocolate,
it's like
though?
some of
Wait,
my,
if I
a
were
lot
to
of
say-
my friends
if I were
be
to say
like,
this
"Hey,
like
chocolate."
in a technical term, you're a chocolate man.
Yeah.
People be offended by that.
Chocolate
I
rain.
mean, I'm not offended by that at all. Who doesn't love chocolate, man?
Yeah,
you know what
true.
I mean? So people be like, because Chileans would have hard time saying my name, so people be like, "Oh yeah, chocolate." And I'm like, "What's up?" I prefer that over the N word any day, all day, any day.
All right.
So
You know what I mean? Like-
since it's out there,
They say like, oh,
Yeah.
you Choco Peak.
Chocapic. How about
or Negrito, what's the other chocolate bars or whatever? I don't
Yeah,
know.
How
Yeah.
else have they called you? Any like
Man,
demeaning ways?
I did get kind of mad one time. First time I ever heard somebody call me the N word in Chile, I wanted to fight him. And I literally tried to fight him, and my Chilean friends were like, no, Lester, Tranquila. It's like, it's buena onda. You know what I mean? I'm like, but they ain't black. They can't say it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, shut
They
the
don't
fuck
get a
up.
pass.
They just
yeah,
played-
you
they
don't
just
get a
played San
pass.
Andreas. Like-
Yeah.
They just played way
like,
too much
you don't
San
get a
Andreas.
pass. You can't say that word. And then, so I've been here 10 years, so I've learned to control my
Your
anger.
impulse.
Yeah, my impulses when I hear it. But like, for example, when I would believe it was my first or second year in Modern Day. Had to be second. And they still didn't have my name down. So they just put Negro on my
You're
dressing
fucking
room.
kidding me. No
And
way.
I took a
No
picture
way.
and sent it to my mom and my sister, and
Second
I was
year.
like, you gotta be fucking shitting me, man. Like they literally just put Negro on my dressing room. You know what I mean?
that can't
I
be.
was like,
Come
who
on.
does that? If I could find the photo, I will.
But Lester isn't even that hard of a name.
Chileans cannot say my name. They say
Lester?
Lexter,
Lexter.
Lastor, Leister. They say everything but Lester.
Lester.
And Chileans are fixated on Lexter. They always say Lexter, so they're fixated on that. Because they say Lexter and Dexter or whatever, some
Right.
shit like that.
Lex Luthor.
And they always say
Lexter
that.
Luthor.
So, yeah, and I'd rather you call me Lexter than Negro or a nigga any day.
Yeah,
you
of
know what I
course.
mean? So,
But,
yeah.
but I mean, before we get into the N word per se, have you heard anything that's been said to you in Spanish that has been like really demeaning? Because I ask you, because once I remember a long, long time ago, and I've told this story before. I was watching on TV. It was the soccer championship that was in Africa, I think.
Uh-huh.
So it was these matinales or those types of TV shows, and they were interviewing a black dude, and they were like, so here we are with this guy who, you know, is actually from Africa, you know, because most of the black people here, they're like from Cuba, you know, if there are any,
Yeah.
you know, but this guy is actually from Africa, and he's like, how are you doing? He's like, sí, bien, you know, and he's like, so how you felt with Chileans here? Do you think Chileans are like really racist, or have they told you like anything that has been really mean? And he's like, well, yeah, not really. I mean, it's more kids, you know. Sometimes I'll be walking down the street and they'll say stuff like "se puso oscura la cosa," you know, like shit kind of get kind of dark. And one kid that I called him tunnel face.
What?
Tunnel face, you know?
I don't get that.
Because tunnels are dark.
Oh, what?
That's a real weird one.
Yeah,
That's creative, though.
It's
That's actually
El
creative.
caretunel, you know? So he's like,
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I've never heard that in my 36 years of living. Tunnel face?
Yeah,
oh my
caretunel,
god.
that's ridiculous. Like-
That's actually funny.
yeah, caretunel. And then there was, he was like, yeah, caretunel. You know, so he's like, oh, okay, caretunel.
my
And then he's
gosh.
like, yeah, but caretunel, like, that's not that bad, you know? And then the other one, he's like, yeah, and there was this other kid who called me momia de wincha aisladora.
Mom, what?
Have you ever heard of that? So you know what wincha aisladora is? I don't even know what it's called in English,
I don't
man.
know what
It's
that is.
it's this black tape that you use like for wiring.
Yeah?
What's it called in English?
Oh, it's electric tape.
The electric
Oh,
tape.
okay, electric tape,
so
yeah.
it was electric tape mummy.
Really?
Mummy
This
de
dude must have been
Wichita.
dark as fuck, though.
Yeah, it must have been totally dark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so-
like you put up a wall and you're like, what could I potentially call this person?
Oh, well, I
you
know.
you have like a creative meeting about it.
Yeah.
And, like,
No shit, right? Like,
brainstorm
who the
session.
fuck? And he was like that it was mostly kids
Yeah.
that would tell him, like, no actual grown-up person would be like, but a kid was like, yeah, electric tape mummy and tunnel face.
Those
and then,
both
and
two
then
are
the
actually
guy,
creative.
and the guy fucking lost it. He was like, you know, like he was trying to be like really serious, but he just couldn't keep his shit together, man.
I would have laughed too, man. I'd have been dying laughing in the background. Like,
So you,
bruh,
so you
tunnel
never heard,
face.
so you never,
You know?
so you never heard anything like that? Así
Nah,
como-
man, I'm not as dark as like most Africans
Yeah.
are, you know. So I literally am chocolate. That's why my skin color is my fucking milk chocolate for real. But I don't have any problems for the most part because one, I'm a big dude.
Yeah.
So and people once I feel like. You could tell from my clothes, and especially if I talk, you know I'm gringo.
Mm-hmm.
So people just want to talk English to me. Or like my first 2 years in Chile before I was even on TV, everyone just thought I played football or basketball.
Okay.
Like everyone would come up to me and just be like, "Who do you play for? What you doing down here?" yeah.
No shit,
They'd be
really?
like, "Who do you play for? What you doing down here?" I'm like, "Man, I'm an English teacher. I don't play sports." You know what I mean?
You ever
Like,
gotten that people
anymore.
being like, since France won, being like, Mbappe? Or like
No,
the main
no.
striker from France?
No, I haven't got any.
Something ridiculous like that?
Never got any of that. But they just be like, because I'm a football player. Like I'm still built like a football player.
Yeah.
So people would just be like, you know, who do you play for? Or you know, like you in the NFL or NBA or some shit like that. And like that's all the shit I would get. I do have a few black friends that would say Chile is very racist. Like, be careful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I've seen it mainly when Chileans are drunk. That's when it comes out. Other than that, I don't have any problems. I've had problems at bars and parties when Chileans get drunk, and I guess just want to test their manhood against me or whatever. But other than that, like in the day or anything like that, at events, I don't really get any problems. I don't, you know.
So, but
I
do you
can't
think
say
though
it's the
that
same.
do you think that Chile's like racist, like more than the states, for example?
Not more than the States. Hell no. Them racist white folks in the States take it to a whole nother level. I mean, look at our president right now, you know, and all the excuses they come up with, you know, everything, man. Like Chile, the USA is way bigger, and it's just a lot more racism. We was built off racism. You know what I mean? We was built off slavery.
Yeah,
Chile doesn't have that. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. I don't think it's nowhere near the USA. That's why I prefer here over the USA all day, every day.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So getting
California would have that amount of racism.
No, not really. I always say Cali is like one of the most diverse, segregated places in the world. We have everything in Cali, but it's very segregated. And you can call, you know, there's a lot of racism too, but everyone kind of keeps to themselves. You know what I mean? So it's not as big, you know, like as living in the South. I'm born and raised Cali, but finished high school in Georgia. Played football in Tennessee. You know, so I've dealt with it all. You know, I had someone try and break into my crib and vandalize my crib when I wasn't home in high school. A little white racist dude, you know, didn't like me for some odd reason.
Yeah.
And I was a football star in high school, you know, so it's
that's
like.
why I didn't like you.
Probably, but it's just like, I've dealt with everything, man. Like living in Georgia, I was like, in the suburbs too. My mom got a job promotion. We was in like, they used to call me like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because my house was like one of the biggest houses. And so it's me and my mom living in a 3-story, 8-bedroom, 5-bath house with a massive backyard. Just me and my mom. Because my mom did it because she made me leave Cali. So she's like, I got to keep my son happy. So I picked out this big house. Didn't need the shit. But so I've dealt with racism in Georgia. Like first time I ever got my driver's license, pulled over probably 15 times in 6 months. Not a single ticket because they couldn't believe a 16-year-old black kid was driving a Mercedes. You know what I mean?
Holy shit.
Like I
They
was.
didn't think you stole it.
Yeah, exactly. And it was my mother's, you know? So it was just like, what's this little 16-year-old driving a Mercedes for in Roswell? You know what I mean? Like, and through high school, I've had guns drawn on me by police to my head, like car stripped, saying I was a drug dealer. Found nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't drink or do drugs in high school.
That's nuts.
Like one time I was working at Sam's Club when I was 17. We get pulled over, me and my boy, and we in our Sam's Club clothes. They pull us over like you would think we was like drug dealers, like Al Capone or somebody like that. And they came at us, undercover cars, cop cars, guns pointed at us, handcuffed us, put us on the curb, took my whole car apart, saying we sold drugs, found nothing. So my mom ended up suing the county, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
And yeah, it was just like after that, all the cops knew who I was. You know what I mean? Because I was a star football player and I was being, targeted. For no reason.
As a white guy in the United States in Pennsylvania, I drove around with marijuana many times.
Yeah, see, I would have been in jail.
Never would have gotten caught. Plus,
Yeah.
I got a speeding ticket twice when I had marijuana in the car.
Oh, no.
Never occurred to them to go through my car.
Hell no. Yeah, black kid, you'd have been done, bro.
I'd been done, yeah.
Like I had my car searched twice, and the second time, my sister had a prescription with her name on it, and the lady that she was just some racist old white lady gave me a ticket for it. Ended up getting wiped off because she had no merit on giving me the ticket for my sister's drug prescription.
God.
You know what I mean? That's how bad Roswell was. North Roswell was, bro. Like. It was bad, man. So when I hear all these stories, I'm just like, man, I've been there. I'm glad I'm alive, obviously. My mom taught me well. I was always respectful. Never got, mouthy with them, so.
Do you think it'll ever get that way here, given like
I doubt
immigration?
it. Chile's not big enough. I feel like you could focus more on the problem here. And I feel like for the most part, you always have you do have your resistance with people getting mad at all the Haitians or whatever coming in and quote unquote taking their jobs, like, in the States. But Chile's so much smaller in comparison than the USA. So Chile can,
Totally.
there's a lot of good people in Chile. So that's going to make sure everything's grounded. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Versus in the States, it's so big and there's so many racist, hateful people.
And different states
it's hard
with
to
different
control.
laws and different shit, yeah.
I don't think Chile will ever get like the USA. It's not as big.
God, let's hope
yeah.
not, man.
Yeah, I don't think that'll ever be a problem. I don't know about y'all, but I haven't seen the news of Haitians just robbing banks or whatever to make them look like they'd be so negative.
Oh, no,
I haven't
not
heard
really.
anything like that. So.
No, have you?
I mean, I haven't seen the news at all. No.
Yeah, I mean,
I haven't seen you.
but I don't know from your
Haitian
Chilean friends. I don't hear anything bad about the Haitians. They just say,
There's few Haitians that are like incorporated into Chilean society.
Yeah.
I've met a Haitian dude who does videos and stuff. His name's Steve the Poet. If you want to find him,
Okay,
Steve the Poet.
Okay.
Steve el Poeta. But they're seen by 4 of his Haitian friends. But he does videos for Chileans.
Yeah.
And he's the first Haitian that I've seen. He has a YouTube channel. He describes what it's like to live in Chile.
Yeah.
And he's an electrician.
It's like the Venezolanos too. So they come here and they need jobs, so they're working hard. You know what I mean?
It's funny what happens with the people from Venezuela because most of the people that are open about immigration, they're all like, yeah, we're all brothers, everybody, come over here, we love you. All that speech really drops when it comes to Venezuelan people because Venezuelans, since where they're coming from, they're more centered towards the right. So a lot of these people that are like, yeah, come on, let's go, but not Venezuelans though, because they're gonna fucking vote for the right. So there's a problem there.
That's
it's like
wild.
the conflict of interest. It's like I should love him because he's my immigrant brother and that's my speech, but he's gonna vote for fucking Piñera, which I do not like at all, or Cast. So that's like an interesting shit.
That's really interesting. Yeah.
I never looked at it that way.
And also, I'll see in the news what happens, here in San Antonio or these kinds of streets. Those streets at night are fucked up.
Yeah.
Plaza de Armas at night. We were shooting there. You saw how it was during the day. Imagine that shit at nighttime,
I can
bro.
only imagine.
While we were just making this video, we were approached by how many hookers?
Like 4.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
4, and one shit
But
their
none
pants.
of them were Haitians. None of them were Haitian chicks. None of them were black chicks.
That's
they
true.
were I don't know where they were from, but none of them were black girls. Haitian. I'm
No,
not saying
they
they're
were
not out here
Peruvian.
prostituting, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying I didn't see any black chicks doing that. It was just Latinas. I don't know if they were Chilena or not.
Yeah. The other day there was a transvestite that got killed by a Haitian guy.
Damn.
Right here in San Antonio. And I remember the news there and I remember reading some comments like, yeah, these fucking guys, man, why did they bring them here? And then other people no, it's all right because he was fucking transvestite.
Damn.
No, of course.
But I mean,
Shit.
But I mean,
Wow.
but if you're gonna censor your worldview through internet comments, then we're all fucking doomed. If that's the case, everybody's a fucking rapist and everybody is a fucking hate monger and everybody is everything.
That's true.
But getting back to what we were saying about the N word. So I've noticed that here a lot of people say it. Fucking even I've said it, man.
I
It's so
fucking
hard
hate it.
not to say it because it's
Yeah.
in movie and music and everything. And here you don't deal with the backlash. In the States, I would never ever fucking say
that's
it.
what I
Not
tell
at all.
Chileans. Chileans be like, oye, nigga. I'm like, bueno, si tú vas a Estados Unidos, ellos van a pegarte en tu cara, sí
Yeah,
o sí.
they're gonna beat the living
I'm
shit
like,
out of
you
you,
don't
bro.
say that shit, bruh. You're not black. And they always like, why? I hear it in the music and the movies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and who's saying it? black people. You're not black. Like we took that from slavery and made this our word, you know? Like it was a bad word and we took it and switched that shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's for us, by us, you know what I mean? Like you can't say it. You're not black. You know, so if you don't have an ounce of black in you, you can't say it. Simple as that. Every time Chileans say it to me, I cringe and I'm just like,
I don't have an ounce of black in me yet. Right?
Hey.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a couple girls say that. Yeah, bro. I try and teach Chileans every time. I'm like, because if you do visit the states and think you're cool and say that to a group of black people, somebody's either gonna cuss you the fuck out or punch you in your fucking face. Yeah, and they don't get it. They're just like, but why? And I'm like, I try and explain it,
It's
and
just
I'm
like, here
just
we
like,
don't deal with that shit. Nobody does. You know,
Yeah.
like right just now, like people will say it. Like I said, even I've said it, man. Sometimes I won't even notice and just come, whoa, there
Hey,
it is.
if you singing a song, you know, repeating a movie, and ain't no black folks around, do you? You know, like I've seen it. I remember I was in Tennessee, and I was like, I seen 4 white girls singing. I don't know if you know 3 6 Mafia is an old classic rap group.
Yeah, I know.
And they were saying the N word, and I was like, you know what? I can't even get mad. It's just 4 white girls by themselves singing a song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's a song.
I was like, y'all cute too, so keep doing your thing. You know what I mean? Just don't say that to me.
Yeah.
You know? So,
But
I'm like, hey, if you're in your own home, you in the bathroom, you showering, you I don't know, you doing whatever, do you? But just don't say that shit around. Don't go to a black club in the States and think you can drop that
of
word.
course not. The N-bomb. That's what they call it, the N-bomb.
You will get fucked up.
You got the F-bomb, you got the N-bomb.
The N-bomb,
And I'm trying to be like, ask Chileans, what's a word that you could say to Chileans that's derogatory and just like, you know, that's just insulting or whatever if you're not
There's
Chilean
nothing
or
quite.
something
There's
like
nothing-
that.
no.
Yeah, it's nothing.
No, except
You know?
if you say weona to a female.
Yeah, but that's like calling a bitch, you know, a gringa a bitch. You know what I mean? Like girls can say that to girls, but we can't say that to girls in the States.
Yeah, that's like the
You
only
know what I mean?
context
That's the only one. Yeah.
that approaches it.
Fucking bitch.
So yeah, and I get Chileans like Chilenas and Chileans. It'll be like my favorite nigga on TV. Like whenever I'm on Modern Day, like I'll get like like hearts from girls. Like I love this nigga. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, bitch, stop.
I feel so
like,
conflicted.
Yeah, like I want to be like, thank you, but then I want to be like, bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like it's so annoying. I'm like, how do I like? I don't even respond to that. I've responded a couple times, and I'll be like, look at this girl doesn't understand.
Yeah.
And half the Chileans will be like, it's because you know Chileans will be like, they're ignorant, they don't know anything. And another Chileans will be like, it's because it's love, they love you. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I be like in the middle whenever I get those messages, like you my favorite nigga, or like te amo nigga. I'm like, oh my god, like it's like this is fucking shit.
It's conflicted.
Yeah.
So then it doesn't have to do with the intent then? Like it's
No,
just like the actual
can't
word.
say it.
You
Yeah,
just can't say it.
if you're not black, don't say it.
Don't fucking say
and if
it,
you
period.
if you know me, I don't even say it here. You know, I don't have many black friends here, and I've let it slip out a couple times with my black friends here. But I try not to say it because I don't want Chileans to think it's cool. You know what I mean? Now, when I'm home, there's a whole different story. When I'm around all my black folks, whatever. I mean, it's just that's your comfort zone.
Are you one of the guys that calls your white friends that way as well? Because I've had a black friend call me that, and I felt so validated as a human being. It's the best feeling in the world.
Again, what? What was
when
it?
you say it to a white guy. So
okay,
I've had
I
a
get
couple
it.
friends. I've had a couple white friends.
When a black guy says it to me, I feel like the coolest guy in the world, man. I'm the coolest guy in the
You
world,
don't
man.
say it ever. And I've actually had in my life maybe 2 or 3 white dudes that said it, and it didn't bother me because I knew they grew up with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had
Like,
a couple of friends where I could say it too. And they would be like, like
you
they
grew
knew.
up with me.
I could say it too.
Yeah, like, okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
you
they
can
grew
say it.
up
Wherever
with
you
me.
can get away with it, you can say it.
And it doesn't bother me because I know they have no negativity whatsoever in their heart for it. You know what I mean? Like,
So what
Yeah.
bothers you is that you don't know if the other people actually have negativity, if they're saying it derogatory or not?
no, I don't. That's why I try to say it. That's why I was saying I don't say it anymore out here anyway. You know what I mean? I try, even if I'm, like me, I love listening to music. And when I'm walking down the street, I'll be rapping out loud. I don't give a fuck. And I'll bleep the N-word just because I don't want Chileans thinking that it's cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
just because I'm trying
Good
to, like,
Samaritan.
little
Man,
stuff
yeah.
like that I actually think of. I'm like, I don't want these motherfuckers to turn around and be like, hey, nigga, oh yeah, nigga. And be like, I'm about to beat your ass. Like,
Yeah.
so I bleep it out when I'm rapping. You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
Guy
So.
that takes care of, he uses recycling,
Yeah.
right? He makes sure everything's
Taking care of the
Yeah.
world.
taking care of the world.
Yeah, so, but hey, man, I think Chileans will learn. If you go to the States, say it to a group of black people, see what happens.
Yeah, you're gonna get fucking killed.
See what happens.
That's funny. So we told people that we're going to be doing this podcast today, and they asked us some questions that maybe we'd like to answer right now. The first question that we got says, what type of food do you most miss now that you are not in the States?
Man, I would have to say soul food, man. And for those who don't know what soul food is,
I don't know what the fuck soul food is.
Soul
food.
Like,
soul food.
Soul
Okay.
food.
Okay.
Del alma.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Like black soul food.
That's like
fried catfish.
Fried chicken?
Jumbo shrimp. Some good fried chicken, mac and cheese, collard greens. Man, sometimes I just crave, because on Instagram I follow so many food things.
Yeah.
And I'll see like fried catfish, and I'm like, oh, I would kill for that right now.
But they
There's
have
no
fried
way
fish
to
here.
go.
But no, not fried catfish.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. You know what I mean? So like sweet potato pie,
Sweet potato
banana
pie.
pudding.
Sweet potato pie.
Yeah,
fuck.
see,
That's
red
just delicious,
velvet
yeah.
cake, motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah.
Like just some soul food that my moms and aunties, some gumbo, jambalaya, that type of shit.
Jambalaya, that's some New Orleans.
yeah,
New Orleans shit.
Yeah, man, that's what I miss. Whenever I go home, I tell my moms and my aunties like, y'all better be cooking for you, boy, when I come home, because that's what I miss.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing I miss. You know?
Soul food.
Yeah, shit
What
like
about
that.
you, Chris?
I was gonna say like Pop-Tarts.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
They got
Really?
Pop-Tarts
They
here,
have Pop-Tarts
though.
here.
You got to
They don't
name
have-
something
you gotta
else.
look around for them.
But they got them,
Yeah,
and they got
and
them in
el-
Mall
and el Jumbo de
Costanera.
Costanera,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's a Gringo kiosk now. You could buy them by bulk at the Gringo kiosk.
I've been missing this for like 6 years.
Maybe.
Really?
Where the fuck the Gringo
Hey,
kiosk?
Costanera Center all the way down.
Yeah, let's
And,
talk this weekend, because I might ride out there and get some stuff this weekend, and you can roll with me if
I'm
you
not going
want
to
to
the
do
United
that.
States, so I'm
Oh yeah, so you
He's
don't
gonna
need
go
it.
to
That's
New
right.
Orleans,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
so you
I'm
good.
gonna
you
be in
good.
Orleans,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All right, so
He
you
might
good.
get some Pop-Tarts there up the
Yeah.
ass.
But cornbread, yeah. So other things I miss from the United States besides the Pop-Tarts, cornbread.
They got that too at the kiosk Gringo store. I've been making that shit for the
fuck am I
past 3
doing?
weeks. Loving it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's actually good?
It's actually good. It's the regular cornbread mix you buy in the States.
All right.
Yeah, and it's good, you know?
Jesus, man. Well, I guess besides that, anything pumpkin. Like
Pumpkin. Fuck me,
September,
man.
October,
I miss
November,
pumpkin
December.
pie, man.
People-
I
They
miss
got
pumpkin pie.
they got a good place here that makes great pumpkin pie.
You got to tell me where it is.
Yeah, I'll
man.
get that from you. Cantina,
Please.
the restaurant used to, whenever they did Thanksgiving, would contract this lady who would make
Pumpkin
them like
pie?
30, 40 pumpkin pies, and I'd
God,
always
I
try
miss
and
fucking pumpkin
I'd
pie.
always try and steal one, because from the owners I'd be like, bro, just save me a pie, bro. Or I'd just go to the kitchen and grab one.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, I love pumpkin pie,
Yeah.
The
man.
pumpkin- It's incredible.
Yeah,
It's
pumpkin
incredible.
pie is a shit. I love it.
And it makes you just feel. For me, it's like September's coming. You
Yeah.
know, like oh, here
Halloween's
comes-
coming.
Yeah.
Do y'all like pecan pie also?
Pecan
I love
pie,
pecan
yeah.
pie.
Pecan pie, yeah.
Pecan pie is good too. Pecan pie with ice cream. Oh,
What
man.
is pecan pie? For the people that don't know, like people are listening, well, a pumpkin pie is a pastel de calabaza,
Yeah.
but they don't have those types of
Do
pumpkins
they
here.
have pecans in Chile?
I don't think so.
No, I've seen pecans.
Have you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So pecan pie, what is it?
It's
like
like,
a type of
caramel.
nut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a
but
lot
it's-
of.
yeah.
It's kind of like a manjar, but if manjar wasn't so shitty. Nah, okay.
I would say it's more
That's too
towards
controversial. It's so controversial.
You don't like manjar?
Shitty.
I don't know. It's okay. I like caramel.
Is it like la empanada de pino for you? It's like, man.
Yeah, fuck the empanada de pino, dude. Fuck my
I don't like that shit either. When you said that in the video, I was like, I can relate, because I done bit into a couple of them motherfuckers and almost chipped my teeth. Like, where the fuck did this olive come from, man? Like, for real. Can't you warn a motherfucker? Like, it's something hard in the inside. Like, you about to bite into that bitch. I'm surprised
like-
people ain't died from that shit and choked on the seed or something.
Somebody probably has. Somebody
Shit.
probably fucking has.
Somebody probably. has.
Somebody will this year too.
Yeah, whose
Yeah.
great idea was that to be like, all right, we're gonna make this soft, delicious empanada and put something hard in it,
Well,
and you ain't gonna know where it is.
And just one.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, every bite you gotta be a little careful. No, just
Yeah.
fucking one so you
Yeah.
can forget about it.
To be totally honest, that's the part that I don't like about la empanada de pino. To be totally honest,
Yeah.
every
You've
time
also,
I have
I've heard
that,
you.
I get
You've
it.
also complained about the raisin. So
Oh,
don't just say there's
God.
only one part you don't
Yeah,
like.
but to me, la empanada de pino has no fucking
I
raisins.
love raisins,
man.
but not in
It's
the
got raisins.
empanada.
That's an aberration, man. I think, like, I don't know.
only some do.
Yeah, only some do. Because I
Okay.
remember growing up, I always had, like, with my mom made empanada de pino, I was like, yeah, chugging them down. And then suddenly I remember, like, when you go buy them somewhere, be
Isn't
like,
that
why the
dangerous
fuck
as a
are they
kid
sweet?
though? With that olive in the.
Because you know it has an olive. And I would be like, here, Mom, I don't like this
Okay,
shit.
yeah.
You know? But yeah, you could totally bite into it. But from the States, you know what I miss? Fucking hash browns.
They got hash browns
But
too.
you know what? I've seen hash browns here. Okay, so
Yeah.
once I bought hash browns, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, and I got hash browns. I'm like, I'm gonna make myself a fucking gringo breakfast. You know,
I used to do
the
that shit
heart
all the
attack,
time.
the heart attack express
Sausage. Yeah.
You know, the
Hash
sausage and the
8
hash
coffees.
browns. Yeah, the coffee
Hell yeah.
and the bacon and all that.
Pancakes with
Donuts,
syrup.
pancakes with. I even got the maple syrup and everything.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then I made the hash browns, and I just could never get them to fucking taste the way they should. To be honest,
I've been
have you
making
made
hash
them?
browns, for a minute. Me and my gringo crew used to do Sunday fun days all
But
the time.
here in Chile?
Here in Chile. You
Fuck
just buy
you,
them from
man.
Jumbo or Liter, and then
Yeah,
you
no, I
cook them the
bought
way
them.
you're supposed to do them. We throw cheddar cheese on them bad boys, everything.
Really? Fuck,
Hell yeah.
man. Every time I get them, like,
Next time
man.
we plan a big
They
Sunday
just-
fun day, I'm gonna let you know.
All right,
We'll-
please.
We'll try
Big,
and cook the
big Sunday,
Sunday
fun
fun
day.
day.
big Sunday fun day, man.
And what's a
What is
Sunday
that?
fun day?
It's
Yeah.
just like the gringo shit. Like most
Like
gringos
brunch?
here, we don't brunch. We don't have family out here, so we would just get together and cook a big ass brunch, bacon, pancakes, waffles. If somebody had a waffle maker, scrambled eggs,
Do you
hash browns, and we do
Afterwards?
mimosas
Yeah.
and Bloody Marys.
Oh, wow.
And shit like
okay.
that. Yeah, because
So there's alcohol involved
we'd all
too.
start early. Like we'd be like whoever's crib, we'd be like meet at 10.
Okay.
And we'd try and cook everything at the one location, and we'd be probably all tapped out by like 3, 4, or 5 in the afternoon, so people could go to work on Monday.
So it's like
Cool.
Sunday. So also Sunday fun day, also known as boozy brunch.
Yeah.
Boozy brunch. I'd never heard of that.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of Sunday fun day either. Boozy brunch.
Sunday fun day is definitely a gringo USA thing.
Yeah, I remember going for brunch. But I
Yeah.
never remember like Sunday fun day. But it sounds awesome though.
Yeah, it's
You
more
get
for the
drinking.
younger crowds, obviously.
True.
You know, like we used to do it heavy in college.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
36.
Yeah, so we used to do it heavy in college.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially on college campus. You know, they got the restaurants that cater to college kids where you spend like
Oh.
$10 unlimited mimosas or some shit like that, or $15 unlimited Bloody Marys. You know, for college kids, that's dope because you know a lot
Yeah,
of them
of
don't
course
make
it
a
is.
lot of money.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Unlimited mimosas, man.
Yeah,
That's scary.
yeah. So, and Chile started to do that too in the past 6 years. Hotel W, a couple
Really?
hotels have the bottomless
Bottomless Bloody Marys?
buffet, and it's
Buffet.
Bloody Marys and mimosas. Like Hotel W, I think was like 27 Luca. It's not cheap,
No, it's not cheap.
but it's not super expensive.
No, I could
'Cause
totally
you can
drink
eat
27
as much.
Lucas.
It's a
And you can
buffet.
eat, too?
Yeah, it's a buffet, and you can drink as much champagne, mimosas, Bloody Marys, and certain types of beers as you want.
Cool.
They even have some wines available.
Cool. Well, I could totally drink more than 27,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Totally eat and drink
Only
more than
thing
that.
is you only got a window of like, what is it, 1 to 4 or something like that. So you
Yeah.
gotta kill that in the 3 hours. You
In
know
3
what I mean?
hours.
Knock that shit back.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I think I can do it. You know what else I miss? Fucking candy corn. That
not
they
a
don't
fan of
have.
that.
You never
Kinda
liked it?
That's all
I
you.
liked it.
No,
man.
it's always like I'd be like, "Fuck this candy corn." I ate one of them, you know, and I'd be like, "I still hate it." And I'll eat another
Yeah.
one, and be like, "All right, fuck, I
But
like candy
you
corn."
know what? I'm thinking maybe it's only because I haven't eaten them in forever.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe I'll have one and be like, nah, yeah, I guess they weren't that good.
we
But I
talking
remember
about-
I liked that a lot, man.
If we're talking about candies, I'm a Red Vines type of guy.
Yeah.
Man. My boy just came from Texas.
but
he
they
brought
have
me
Red Vines here.
Licorice. No, they don't.
No, I've seen licorice. Oh,
They have
no.
licorice, but not Red Vines.
Not the red vines.
There's
Okay,
Twizzlers.
they got the other Twizzlers. There you
Twizzlers
go.
are
There you go.
disgusting. I
Yeah,
don't know
they
what's
taste
worse,
like
Twizzler
crap.
or black licorice.
Black licorice is
Both of
fucking
those suck.
disgusting.
Twizzlers is good.
Ugh, you're
You
tripping.
like it?
Twizzlers is
Hell no.
delicious. Yeah.
No, I think
Hell
it's
no.
too. I don't even know how to describe the fucking flavor.
Disgusting
Of it.
Twizzlers and black
Yeah.
licorice.
And black licorice is fucking gay.
Red Vines all day, man. All day.
Yeah, you should bring some fucking red vines.
Yeah,
Now
my
that
boy
you're
just
going
bought
to-
some and
Well,
I
in the
just
United
killed the
States,
package in one day.
just like
I
that.
was like, I love Red Vines, man.
So we got another question that is a little bit more deep.
Yeah.
It says, "What is your ideal heaven? Like, if you were to die tomorrow, what would be to you? I don't know, the nirvana, I guess." Something like that. I know it's pretty deep. You can dwell on that. I'm gonna go get some more ice, and you can just talk about it.
Got you.
Your ideal heaven.
You know, something definitely mine is involving fitness and girls in bikinis. You know, man.
Parties on boats. Parties on
That's
boats. That would definitely be included.
That would be dope
Yeah.
too.
I don't know. I mean, I think for me, like, whenever I get to finish like a, whatever it is, video, or like the feeling of accomplishing something,
A feeling of accomplishment.
you always have a feeling of accomplishment. And you don't have to do shit. And you always feel accomplished.
Yeah.
But so you mean like a non-ending feeling of accomplishment, basically?
Yeah, you don't
You
do
have
anything,
it.
but you feel like you did everything. You know what I mean?
But you feel totally accomplished.
Yes. Without doing
Well,
shit.
if we go on that route, I would say My perfect heaven would be all the fattening foods we love, but I still have a 6-pack at all times. You just chill in heaven, eating Dunkin' Donuts, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, but you still shredded.
And you get to
you're still
That'd be
ripped.
a heaven for me, yeah.
You're going to have as much sex without a condom. With all these bikini bitches.
And no babies.
No children.
Yeah, no fucking kids coming out of it. That would be awesome. Because what did you say at the beginning, Lester? Something like with girls and shit?
Oh,
Something
yeah, I was like
overheard.
Fitness and girls in bikinis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Girls
sitting there
in
chilling.
bikinis.
Thongs, thong it out. I'm a cake man.
Really? I think I am too.
I'm a
Man.
cake man, bro.
But you know what I heard it wasn't the other day. I heard a long time ago that it has to do with your age. That when you get older, you start liking asses more than tits. Because
asses age better than tits do.
They do.
This is true.
They do.
Yeah.
But also, it's because it means that women are fertile. So in a sort of subconscious way, you're thinking, man, she can have some really nice kids.
Does that mean they're fertile if their hips are wider?
Allegedly, yeah. It's have you ever seen like those noodles, los tagliani? They're like this chick from Venus, and she has like really big hips, and that's because she's like the symbol of fertility.
I've heard that.
What-
I don't know how true it is.
doesn't
Me
have-
neither.
Okay, so if a girl doesn't have white hips,
So
you can have
tiny
sex
ass.
without a condom.
You'll be like,
Go ahead and try that, bro.
yeah, you got no ass. So
Go ahead and try that.
I heard this.
No,
on
but
a
I mean,
podcast.
they said that, and that you like tits when you're younger because it resembles your mother and breastfeeding and all that. But then as you age, you start thinking more about,
Man, I've been a cake man since elementary school. man.
I've also been more of an ass person.
Yeah.
That sounds totally gay, though.
I learned. I grew up playing
That
soccer
sounds
too, so I've
homosexual
always
as
seen
fuck.
girls in like short shorts. So I grew up in that shit.
What
And I
about the
was
volleyball players? Have you seen some of those volleyball
Man,
players?
volleyball players are gorgeous. At
I
University
know.
of Tennessee, they were the hottest, fittest chicks on campus. Everybody wanted the volleyball chicks at the University of Tennessee.
But I met some volleyball girls too. I was like, this volleyball girl walked up to me like, "Hey, do you want to eat my pussy?" She's just like, she's taller than me.
No
she was
way,
taller
really?
than me.
I could see that from a basketball chick.
Me too.
Yeah,
Or-
basketball
She was really
chicks.
big, and she was like hitting on me. I was
Yeah?
like,
Nah.
it's not gonna work.
And that's
Most-
the way she hit on you. She said, "Hey, you want to eat my pussy?"
Something like that. It was like really upfront. It was really upfront.
Really?
Yeah,
So
that's
she,
a gringo
she knew what
for
she
you.
wanted.
A Chilena would never do that shit.
No. No, they're more.
Come eat my pussy, big boy.
I don't even think they would ask you that if you was dating them for the most part.
Yeah.
We got to do videos and we got to do a podcast on the cultural differences, man.
Yeah. Well, this is it. You want to come
Like
in as
more
like
time,
a permanent
bro.
member?
Yeah,
And that would be like.
Would you like to join
we
the
could
Legion?
talk about that. I know. I'm game, man. I'm
Yeah.
definitely game.
We could totally talk
Hella
about that.
stuff I want to talk. And I could ask Caesar, too, because you are Chilean, so you'd be able to help me more
I'm
with
like
that.
the actual Chileno. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you fucking people here.
I'm the adapted.
Like, if
out
you
of
want to
my-
ask us
Come
anything
on.
about gringos, we'll
Yeah.
be straightforward with that, too. You
Yeah,
know what
cool.
I mean? So.
Yeah. Fucking get out of my country.
Yeah.
So the ideal heaven, well, I guess basically everybody's like women and no babies.
Yeah.
What about the favorite fast food chain? Is another interesting question.
Yeah, that'd be the first thing that the heaven would include. One of the first things.
Yeah, like and you don't get
Here
fat from
in
eating
Chile
Wendy's.
or USA?
I don't know. I guess both, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the ones in the USA, most people won't know them because what do they not have? They don't have IHOP here.
Yeah, they don't, and they don't have Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A either.
That's a
Jack
good
in the
one.
Box.
Oh yeah, Jack in the Crack. Yeah, love
Jack in
that
the Crack.
place.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that's what we call it because it's like crack. You know what I mean? Like it's good, but it's also like shitty. You know what I mean?
Good
Like,
crack in the Jack.
Yeah.
All right, but why is it Jack in
Jack in the Crack. You need to get Jack on
we've been
crack.
calling that Jack in the Crack for a minute, man. Like I don't know what would be in Chile. In Chile, my fast food. What's
Yeah,
considered
like fast food. I guess McDonald's,
Huh.
Burger
McDonald's.
King,
Domino?
Domino. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of like fast food.
Between.
Yeah, sort of fast foody.
Some like doggies or some shit.
Yeah,
Fast
doggies
foods.
fucking sucks.
Doggies is
though.
terrible. I fucking
I don't
hate
like
You-
that shit either.
just like Telepizza, that one's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't rock with telepizza either.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
good.
God.
I don't know what would be a Chilean one.
Papa John's.
But yeah, but Papa
But that,
John's.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
I guess there are
expensive.
no like
It's
fast
expensive.
foods that are actually Chilean.
They had, no, I don't think so either.
I
'cause
remember a
Chileans
long-
have stands, like
Yeah.
y'all don't do the, chains for the most part. They're like nice restaurants, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
know.
There are no chains. Like Domino's is one.
Yeah.
Like you can have a lot of them, and same as aquí el Portal, el Portal Fernández Concha is like where they sell like hot dogs, but they're also like really fucking shitty hot dogs too.
The Domino was like, for 3 lucas, you get 4 completo. It's something ridiculous. Yeah, they're good, but I always feel bad after.
Yeah.
There used to be one that was called Lomitón. Oh, there's another one, Pedro, Juan y Diego. Have you ever eaten there?
I don't know if
It's
I've
like
eaten.
sandwiches. It's like
That's like food court.
churrasco. Yeah,
okay.
Food court shitty stuff.
that kind of shit.
Oh, what? Oh no, Tommy Beans.
Tommy Beans.
That
that
shit's
one's-
amazing.
But that's
Yeah.
not Chilean, though.
No.
We're trying to think of Chilean.
Yeah, no, there is no Chilean.
I don't
fast
know
food.
what a
I think-
Chilean fast
I think
food
there
would be
isn't any.
either.
I think there isn't any.
You just
at
go
all.
out on the street and it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Los Pollitos dicen. There's
family-owned
one.
restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are no big ass chains yet.
Yeah,
We
no.
still have to create that crap.
Yeah.
I remember there was one in the States. It was like a burger joint where you went in and you could decide what you wanted on your burger. It was kind of like Subway, but it was with burgers.
5 Guys.
Was it called that? Five Guys. Must
It
be
could've
it.
been
Five
like
Guys is like it's back. It's at the
Fat
50s
burger,
style. It's
maybe.
kind of like the Johnny Rocket.
Kind of.
Oh, no.
But it's like fast food
He's thinking of
version.
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
Yeah,
In-N-Out. That's the one.
In-N-Out
That's the
burger.
one.
Yeah, In-N-Out burger.
Yeah, I remember. It was
Yeah,
kind
I
of like
love that
Subway's,
shit,
and you
too.
could make
That's a
your own
West
burger.
Coast thing, too.
Okay.
I don't think they have that.
Or White Castle.
Oh, White Castle. Oh,
That's
my
like,
God.
you got to be really stoned.
Shittiest
Super
place
high.
ever. Yeah, you never eat that place sober. Never.
Never?
If you go to White House or Crystal sober, there's something wrong with you.
Really?
For real,
You only
man,
go like if
yeah.
you're hammered?
Yeah, it's like us gringos living here in Chile. Nobody's like, as a gringo, let's go to McDonald's because it doesn't taste the same.
It doesn't.
You only do that shit when you're blackout drunk.
Yeah.
Like, I've lived alone for like 7 years, and I would get mad. I would wake up, and I wouldn't be worried about a hot chick or an ugly chick in my bed. I would always be alone. I would wake up and be like, please don't let there be McDonald's. Please don't let there be McDonald's. And I'd wake up and there'd be a bag of McDonald's, and I would not even remember. I'm like, fuck, I went to McDonald's.
What happened last night?
Why did I go to McDonald's? Damn. I'd be so mad. I have to check my statement, see how much I spent. I'm like, please don't say I spent 20 lucas at McDonald's or some shit like that.
And then you look at it and...
Man, I mean, it would just be like 6 lucas or whatever,
God.
because I'd get like 2 combos from my big
That's
ass.
really funny.
And I'd be so mad. I'd be like, and I'd call whoever I was with. I was like, bro, did we go to McDonald's? They'd be like, I don't know what you did. You left early. Because when I get drunk, you know, you get the munchies.
Yeah, of course.
So you'd be
just
like,
wanna
all
get
right,
the fuck
yeah.
out.
And if it's like 4 or 5 in the morning, because Chileans party so damn late, I'd be
Yeah.
like, man, I just want to go home. Y'all still partying. I'm hungry. What's open? Only McDonald's is.
Yeah, there's only McDonald's.
So you'd pass McDonald's drunk as fuck, and I'd just go get me some McDonald's and be like, fuck me, man. Shit.
It's so funny because other people are like, man, last night I got in a fight. Oh, last night I made out with that chick I shouldn't have. But for
Yeah.
Lester, it's like, God damn it,
For
I went
real,
to McDonald's.
bruh.
And the pillow next to
McDonald's.
me was a fucking bag of McDonald's.
I woke up and looked to the
For
side, and
real,
what's there?
man.
A
That
big
was my
bag
problem.
of McDonald's.
For real. Hated that shit, man.
Okay, so we should break for a couple of minutes, and then we'll be right back with more What Wea Podcast. So we're back with more What Wea Podcast after that nice potty break, bathroom break. They're asking us about 9/11. What do we think about 9/11?
That's such a fun one.
Do you think
Fun
so?
one?
What is your definition of fun?
Sure, man. I know, right?
Because here in Chile, September 11 was also a pretty interesting date.
Right. Yeah. I think it's
the
like
coup
almost
d'etat.
deserved. Like that it happened in the United States. Like it was karma. It was fucking
Yeah.
karma.
Do you think so?
I guess so.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because a lot of people think that it was. Do you think it was an inside job and all that shit? I think that we talked about this before. Actually,
We mentioned it.
We mentioned it. What do you think?
I don't
Ben?
know if it's an inside job. I don't think so. I just think they got us.
Yeah,
All I remember is where I was at. I was in freshman year.
really.
Yep, didn't even know what was going on. All schools shut down. I don't know where you was at, but
I was at school too.
because
but
you're
here-
younger than me, so you were in high school probably, or junior high. I don't know how much. Yeah.
I was in 6th grade.
Okay, yeah. So I'm the oldest one here, but I was a freshman in college. Everything shut down. All our classes shut down. We was watching the news, and then they made everybody, because my mother works out of D.C. and D.C. was under alert, so they made everybody call their parents, all that stuff. But
Yeah.
I just think they got us, man. Like we was slacking, and they got us.
I think so too, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole inside job thing to me just sounds way too ridiculous.
Yeah.
Way too hard to pull off, man.
Yeah.
It's
You know-
so much communication.
Yeah.
And
so much
nobody does
communication.
anything well in the government.
Nobody.
Like, why would they be able to pull off
You know,
this
like-
miraculous, like...
Exactly. We heard about Bill Clinton getting sucked off. You know, and like we're not going to hear
Yeah.
about all these fucking thousands of people that must have coordinated like the controlled demolition or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, nobody like on his deathbed was like, okay, before I go, I just want you to know, 9/11 was inside job. You know, like it just sounds way too movie-like for my taste.
I don't know who would have put those bombs, right? Because the best argument that I've seen is that there were bombs inside the buildings that were going down. You can see them going.
Yeah, like a controlled demolition is what they said. Yeah, there's a lot of a lot of demolition experts being like, no, actually, I'm a demolition expert on this, but come on, man, this just sounds way too fucking stupid. And all the people that found out about it is like, you know, this random Joe on Facebook, you know, like all these people.
But if you look at Netflix, the most watched movies. Documentaries and Zodiac. Well, what is
Zeitgeist?
Zeitgeist.
Oh,
sorry, yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Zeitgeist. There's like 3 of them, and they came out in like 2008, 2009, 2011, and they're like 1, 2, 3. That I would say they occupy the top
all
20.
saying what they think happened on 9/11.
They all have to do with like religion.
It has to do like with religion and like predictions and that. 9/11 was basically like foretold in aeons ago in the Bible.
Of course. I mean, all the wars we've been in, USA state trying to fucking invade other countries and take shit.
Yeah.
So, of course.
It makes sense.
We got
I mean,
a shit ton of enemies.
Either way, whether it was an inside job or not, like it was misused to go invade Afghanistan and Iraq.
Yeah.
Like, that much we know.
Yeah.
Like it was used as an excuse when it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they totally use it as an excuse, but I don't think that the gringos would fucking, you know, bomb themselves. Like, not the Twin Towers. They could have done it, you know, like a fucking school.
They could have done something smaller and gotten the same thing out of it without destroying the Twin Towers.
Destroying the Twin Towers, you know?
They're really valuable, Twin Towers, yeah.
You know, like put all the
Crazy.
money, you know? Like, they could have, they wanted an excuse, they could have done something smaller. Just the fucking
They
plane
made a
could have been...
statement, though.
Yeah, they totally did.
Shit sucks, but they did what they were supposed to do, man. And that shit
Spread terror.
fucked up. For real.
Yeah. Have you ever been to New York afterwards? After 9/11?
I've only been in New York afterwards.
Okay.
I just did like touristy stuff.
Okay. But did you go like to Ground Zero?
I didn't go to Ground Zero.
Ground Zero.
I didn't go to Ground Zero. Yeah.
I
I might try and go in February when I do. But yeah, that was a whole fucked up situation.
Remember there's like that joke in The Simpsons that they had to cancel? Like it's from the episode when they go to New York and like Homer has to pee and he goes to Twin Towers and they're like, you can only pee on the top floor. So he goes to the top floor and they're like, sorry, it's closed. You have to
They
go to the
did this
other one.
after or before 9/11?
This is before 9/11. And then he goes to the other Twin Towers and he pees in the other one.
Oh.
I never saw that one.
I remember when Twin Towers happened. I remember that there was this movie coming out. I think it was Spider-Man. And in the trailer, Spider-Man would spun his web right between the Twin Towers and he would catch a helicopter there. And they deleted that scene. Because remember that they were doing all this weird shit, like deleting everything that had
Sam Raimi was furious that happened.
Yeah, no shit. I remember the trailer. I think it must still be online.
That's the one with Tobey Maguire?
With Tobey Maguire, yeah, the first one.
Worst Spider-Man ever.
He fucking sucks. I don't like him.
Did the franchise die because of the Sony negotiations with Disney?
I don't know what happened
I don't
now.
know what happened
It fell
either.
through. Apparently, like they didn't come to any conclusion.
So now it's Sony's again.
Okay, it's just Sony's.
No, I'm asking.
I
know.
have
I
no
think
clue.
they just.
No, me neither. I know that they couldn't negotiate. I wonder what happened with Andrew Garfield because I remember he was Spider-Man.
I thought he was the better one.
He was the better one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, fuck Andrew Garfield.
I
Really?
liked
You don't
him.
like him?
Look, he wasn't like purposefully geeky enough. Like he was too cool.
He was too hot.
The little kid though from the latest one was pretty cool though.
He's
He
pretty
was funny
cool,
too.
too.
He had
Yeah.
they had some funny scenes for that kid in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tom Holland's
Like,
okay.
I'm a huge Marvel fan, bro. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's just dope, man. That would be a dream. You could ever work in a Marvel movie? Oh man, that'd be
Really?
dope as fuck. Hell yeah, man.
I mean,
You're
Luke
signing up
Cage.
for Black Panther too.
I'm trying to, man.
Yeah,
they
Luke
are.
Cage.
They just declared that they're about to film Black. They're gonna do Black Panther 2. So I'm gonna try and get back to the States for those castings, man.
Wow,
That's
that
my
would be
goal,
awesome.
man. Hell yeah, man. Me and the director Kugler went to the same high school. But
Really?
he was 3 years or 2 years younger than me.
And you both have had sex with the same girls, most likely.
No,
Most likely.
Hey, I was a virgin in high school, so I didn't have any of them girls under my belt. But I didn't know him like
Under
that.
my belt.
I didn't know him like that. So, but I'm hoping I can get in. Just give me a chance to read lines, man. That's all I want. Give me a chance to read lines, and I'm golden. I think I'll get a role if I can read
Man, that would be
lines.
awesome. And then we'd be like the friend of the guy that's in Black Panther.
Hey, if I get a role in Black Panther, man, I'll be famous in Chile, and I can do all the TV shows I want to do, all the shit I've have written out and everything, man. I'm about to kill it after that.
Yeah,
I
it's
get some
different if
other
you're
stuff.
famous in the States. than
Yeah,
famous
that's why
here.
people are like, why do you want to go back, or why wouldn't you just move back to the States? I'm like, well, the States is fucked up. We're in a fucked up state of mind, period, right now. I'm safe in Chile.
Yeah?
Chile's dope, man.
Yeah, because actually that's a question that they had here. Why did you guys decide to settle here?
Yeah.
Like, why here? Because, for example, a lot of people here in Chile, they fucking hate Chile.
Yeah, they're like, you from Cali.
Yeah, what the fuck
the
are
fuck you doing
and
here?
And like my argument, like I've told people, I've lived elsewhere, and I think I prefer it here. I'm not saying, like I'm not a patriot. I'm like, oh, I love Chile. I see, oh, okay, I got no, but I don't know.
Even though
I
you
like,
do hate Chilean cinema.
even though I hate Chilean cinema, and I hate Chilean people too. No, not really. No, not really. But you guys, why have you decided like to settle, or have you decided to settle at all, or are you just
I'm
like
a lifer. I'm gonna be back and forth regardless, even with my acting career. Like I said, if I get when I get big roles in the States, I will always come back to Chile. I have like so many things I want to do with Chile in mind as far as acting and cine and TV. Period, man. Like I'm never leaving Chile. Like if I do say, for example, I do get a role in Black Panther, and it's a big role. For example, if I were to get it,
you end up taking Michael
I
B.
will
Jordan's
come
role.
back. No, he died in the first one.
That's right.
I would come back, and I have producer friends that we're not super tight, like BFFs or anything, but they've helped me. Other actors that have helped me, you know what I mean? That I would be like, for example, Belén from Moreneca Compañía. If I struck gold in
Belenasa?
something, yeah.
Okay.
If I struck gold in something and then was able to come here and do a movie and it had a female role, Belén would be the first person I'd call, regardless.
so you like give back the favor? Basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
The producers who put me in my first movie with Fuerzas Especiales, the whole Club de la Comedia crew, that was always cool to me for the most part. I would try and look out for everybody who looked out for me.
For the
That's
most
cool,
part,
'cause most people
except
don't do
for
that.
Copano, right?
Which one is that?
Yeah, he doesn't even know him.
Yeah, I don't know that one is.
He's the worst one. Don't worry
Yeah, I
about him.
don't remember him.
Cool. Yeah, you don't remember him.
I don't know if he was there when I was there, because I was only there the last 2-3 years of Club de la Comedia.
Oh, okay. For how long did that air?
They were 7 years.
7 years.
And
Holy shit, that
I was only
long.
there the last 2-3 years, yeah. 2012 was my first
No
year.
wonder they were the worst seasons.
Yeah, me, They went bad with me. I fucked it up, sorry.
Like, oh, God. It was all right, before this guy showed up.
But before Chris answers, because I feel safe here, bro, for real. Like, I don't fear the cops. They're all cool as fuck. I'm safe. Like, my mom and sister have texted me several times over the 10 years being here. Like, we feel better that you live in Chile. We don't have to worry about you. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
It's
That's
straight
crazy.
up, yeah. It's easy to live here. Cost of living's cheap. So I'm a lifer. I'm here. I don't know about Chris, but man, I'm gonna be back and forth forever.
What about you, man?
I mean, I came here to learn Spanish. Then I ended up staying here for 2 or 3 years. Got a girlfriend. Then while I had my girlfriend, my goal was to learn Portuguese and go live in Brazil.
Okay.
Then I realized, I don't know, Brazil's kind of nuts. When I lived there for 2 months, and I was like, yeah, this is too intense.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's
I've
a lot of
never
gun
been.
violence in Brazil too,
I've never been to Brazil.
Man.
and it's cool. There's also pluses in Brazil, but there's also I don't know. I just feel like
fucked up
there's
shit.
an intensity to that whole culture. It's like
I don't know shit about Brazil, man.
I've never been there. And what brought you here in the first place, Lester?
Me, I came to study. I was supposed to go to graduate school for international business, and I had to test out of a second language, and I didn't have a second language. I studied Spanish in college, but didn't take it serious. It was just like a test. It was just a class for me to continue passing for play football. And so when I graduated, I didn't know shit. So I wanted to go to graduate school for international business. I knew I wanted to see the world.
Yeah.
I didn't just was trying to figure out how. And my best friend was dating Chilena. She was like, if you could learn Chilean Spanish, you could speak Spanish anywhere in the world.
True.
So I looked up Chile because I didn't know where it was.
Didn't know what the fuck it was.
This was
Chile,
2000.
where is this?
What, is
2000
this off the coast of Australia?
2009. I was
Isn't that
like,
a
where's
pepper?
Chile? Like any other ignorant gringo? Is that near Mexico? You know what I mean? Like,
True, yeah. I've heard that many times.
yeah. Looked it up, found a dope program, came out here, and then I was like, let me stay here for another year or two just because I don't
You
want to
also
study.
did teaching Chile, right?
Yeah, teaching Chile.
Do they still have parties, by the way?
I don't know. I don't
They
know.
stopped doing those, yeah.
Yeah, I have no clue. I don't even know if the program's still going. That was
I
10
saw,
years
I saw
ago.
Andrea Rodriguez,
Yeah.
the founder of Teaching Chile. We both came to this program,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I saw her 6 months
Yeah, I
ago.
don't know, but
So he's the guy got to blame for you motherfuckers being here in the first place.
Yeah,
man, yeah.
you can blame them.
Still in this
Don't
bad
blame us.
boy, man. I thought I was only supposed to be here for 5 months.
That happens too. When I lived in Canada, because I was older. When I went there, also I was gonna be there for I was gonna go study in film school.
Yeah.
Allegedly, that was my plan.
Yeah.
And then I just was not able to make it with, my job and the money that I needed. So I just worked, and then I ended up staying like 3 years.
Damn, yeah.
So yeah, it's fucked up. It was like, supposedly it was be like, okay, if I can't get into film school, then fuck it, I'll go back. Right?
Yeah.
But then I just ended up staying for 3 years. Okay, so I
enough to
guess
do film
we are
school.
out of time for today. But we're going to be back next week with more What Wea.
Oh, no, but next Wednesday or next week, you're going to do one
you're
for the
right,
SEO show?
the 18th.
I'm
y'all
not
gonna
going to
do
be
one?
here.
You're not going to
you
be
won't
here.
be
You're,
here.
you're going to go to the States.
I'm going to States, yeah.
When the fuck are you coming back?
I'm going to come back on Monday, but then I'm going to go film a cronometraje? Cortometraje.
Cortometraje. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to film whatever the fuck that is at a beach near Algarrobo.
But you're going to be here this Monday, like before el 18.
Nah, I'm going to come. The day I
Afterwards.
come back, they're going to take me up to Algarrobo the same day.
I understand.
For a non-paid gig.
Really?
Which is fuck, I'm so excited.
But you're
man.
going to go to the beach at least.
I'll be at the beach and they're going to pay for, like, at least I'll get to fuck around at fondas and stuff.
Yeah, well, there you go. So maybe then after el 18 we could get together. Lester, maybe you could join us again
Yeah, I'm game.
for another episode.
And if you want to do one during next week, I'm game. I'm going to be here. I ain't got shit to do. I can't drink.
Cool. Yeah, might as well.
I can't
I'm
do
not going to be
anything,
here for the
so-
18. I also get the fuck out. Like
Yeah.
my mom, she has 9 sisters.
Damn.
So imagine. You
gotta see every
There were no
single
TVs in the
one.
room back there, yeah? Back then.
Each more boring than the last.
Oh,
Shit.
man.
Okay, so Lester, thanks for being here.
Thanks for
with
having me,
us.
man. Thanks for having me.
The pleasure is ours. Hopefully you'll come
Yeah.
back then, my
I'm
man.
definitely going to come back.
You come
man.
back now.
You come back now. Don't be a stranger.
I'm definitely coming back.
Any closing comments? Where can we find you? Instagram or anything like
man. Follow me. My name Lester A. Ransom.
Lester
like I'm
A.
holding you for
Ransom.
ransom. Yeah, easy. If you just type in Lester Ransom, I should be the first and the only one to pop up because I ain't seen any others.
that? Any other Lester Ransoms?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, I don't have anything coming up. I might be doing some stand up soon in Spanish.
Have you ever done stand up before?
Yeah, I've been doing it for like 2-3 years, man.
Oh,
So I'm
cool.
trying to get better at stand up. Yeah, man. Other than that, nothing. I'm on HBO show right now. Just a couple series too with Fred Emerson. His
Really?
show, The Spookies. I got a couple episodes in that.
Cool.
Filmed in an Amazon thing that'll come out next year. And it's supposed to have a movie coming out that I was in. I had like one of the secondary roles, man, through that too. That should be coming out towards the end of this year, if not beginning of next year. Called La Francesca.
La Francesca.
Yeah, so yeah, man, look out for me. Y'all gonna
Okay.
see me a lot.
Lester
Hella
A.
movies and
Ransom.
TV shows. I promise you that. In about 5-10 years, we get it cracking.
There you go. Man, I love this guy. All right, man. So we'll see you next, maybe in the next 2 weeks, I guess.
Let's
After
do
El
it.
18.
And we got to get some more comedy videos, man. Us
There you
three
go.
together. That's what we
Yeah.
need.
Yeah.
Chileans would love that. Everyone would love that shit.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for listening. Remember that we have an Instagram at What Wea Podcast, and see you soon.